Well, hello and welcome back to the Tao Manifesting Tarot. This is the most comprehensive adult tarot reading I have ever been a part of or seen. Most tarot readers, and I've done tarot for over 20 years, most tarot readings are shallow. In many cases, they're just scams. People are throwing out these cards, making all these suggestions and so on and so forth, and they need 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 cards. When you get to that point, you really aren't focused, and that's what manifesting is all about, being focused. You have a singular idea, image, picture, whatever. It's not scattering, and when you do 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 cards or more, it's a word salad. It's garbage. Somebody's going to find something in all those cards. That's really not serving them. I am here to inspire you, but I'm offering, in a way, the entire metaphysical package. That is tarot. I also, by the way, have the last 50 years done numerology and astrology. And I have discovered in that time numerology and astrology are the science of cycles. There is really nothing mystical or magical about them. I know we love to believe in our magic, but the fact of the matter is magic very often is something you don't understand. But people love fantasy. So numerology, astrology, it's magic. No, it's not. It's understanding cycles within cycles within cycles within cycles. And that, frankly, is the problem, especially for the astrology. One of the things over the past 50 years that I've been battling with in myself and observing in others is that this word salad springs so quickly that you get into all kinds of astrological jargon. Conjunctions and oppositions and squares and sextiles and biseptiles and all this kind of stuff. And this planet's moving here and it's into this house. And by the time you're done, the person on the other side is going, so what the hell are you talking about? What am I supposed to do with this? I am working at inspiring, and I do that by keeping it very clean, very direct, very simple. Because that's where it's the most effective. So what I do, not in every tarot reading, but what I do in most readings is I'll take some astrology, some numerology, and I'll tie them into the tarot because the tarot is the science of potential. Numerology, astrology, the science of cycles. Tarot is the science of potential. That means you have to get involved. And that's why I keep it very simple, very straight. I want you to clearly know what the energy is in this reading. You don't have to guess. By the end of the reading, it'll be very clear, very straight ahead. I want that because that gives you something to work with. I know we live in an age where nothing can be nothing and all the names change and this, there's no context, it's just a bunch of gobbledygook. But it doesn't work that way. The universe has predictable patterns. Much of life has predictable patterns. So it's the same thing with tarot and astrology, numerology. I put those things together, package them for you so that you get a picture. With that picture comes understanding. With that understanding comes manifestation. This is not an easy read for a lot of people because a lot of people are fantasy people. They want unicorns and rainbows. I don't do that shit. Don't do it. You don't live in that kind of a world. So I work from the perspective of where we are at in the world, and I use the astrology, numerology to kind of set the stage and deliver with a tarot frequency, a tarot reading that is designed to be clear, concise, and actionable. You know what the hell the energy is, so then you decide how you're going to apply it to your life. I do this every day, 365. I'm here every single day. So some days the readings will be really good. Some days the readings will be lukewarm. It's just this. That's life. Life is like that. Sometimes you have great days for no reason. Sometimes you have shitty days for no reason. It's life. So every day I work very hard at trying to give you the big picture. Because that's what you need to make it these days. We live in historic times. Literally. Humanity is on the brink. And I'm not the only one saying it. Just saw an interview with Elon Musk a little while ago, and while Elon may have his critics for sure, and he's not perfect for sure, I think he has essentially a good heart. He may miss the target sometimes. We all do. And I'm not going to forgive him. I'm going to keep him accountable. That's the difference. That's the reason I voted for the Trump administration, because the Democrats are unaccountable. They do whatever the hell they want. You see that the Republicans are also bought and sold by the same people, and I object for the same reasons. So I'm going to stick onto their ass like glue. You're going to be held accountable. If I'm unhappy, I'm going to let it be known. If I'm happy, I'm going to let it be known. And I'm giving them, between now and our 250th birthday as a country, July 4th, 2026, 250 years, if we make it. And believe me, there is some question. And that's why I do the readings the way I do. So let's begin. You see the 4 tarot cards. The one in the middle is the oracle card. It sets the mood for the reading. It says poised. Poised. The numbers up in the left-hand corner are 4 and 8. 4 is stability. 8 is manifestation. You put the 4 and 8 together. What do you come up with? 12. That's a 3. How do you look for stability? How do you manifest? 3 is the answer. You line up the human trinity, the energy of the mind, energy of the body, energy of the spirit. The frequency. Okay? We all operate at a frequency, and it is slightly different for everybody. That's why in your family, your brothers and sisters, if you have any, they're not like you, and you're not like them. That's crazy bullshit, because you came from the same house, same parents, same influences. Maybe you didn't come here for the same reason. Maybe there's a spiritual choice that you made. I don't know, but it would make sense. That's why we're all different. We're all here for different purposes. And so this idea of homogenizing humanity is a mistake. We're all here for different reasons. What we need to do is give each other room to breathe. And so with that in mind, here's the card poised. Poised for what? Waiting for what? Here's the meme for today. Only in my pain did I find my will. Only in my chaos did I learn to be still. Only in my fear did I find my might. Only in my darkness did I see my light. Watching and waiting. You're poised. And right now we have so much going on astrologically that my advice to people is to hang on. Get to, well, probably to the end of April at least, maybe even into May. We still have the Mercury retrograde. We still have the Venus retrograde. We have the planet Neptune getting ready to go forward. It will be moving into Aries. Neptune energy and Aries energy do not work well. Do not work well. Neptune is fog, illusion, delusion, or inspiration. Mars is just force, is energy. Not a good mix. But while we're there in the astrology, the last time Neptune was here in Aries, the last time, 1861. That was a period that saw significant historical events, cultural shifts, the Civil War, new beginnings, a new fight for freedom, a new fight for identity, which is, of course, a theme of Aries. Right? The unification of Germany and Italy also took time at this, took presence here. On a cultural level, this period saw the rise of spiritualism, new religions, new movements, metaphysical stuff. And you add to that with Pluto now in the very, very, very early degrees of Aquarius, there's a tremendous amount of energy. There's a tremendous amount of change. Oh, and by the way, Neptune is entering into Aries this week, I believe. Saturn's going to be getting there in another few weeks. That will change things again. So you can see, and in fact, you can feel it at this point, pregnant with possibilities. That's why this is an important time to watch and wait, to be poised. Because the energies are such right now that you really can't predict what will happen. I know a lot of people try to do that, and there's even an astrologer or two who says that Trump is in serious trouble, I guess the first week or so of April. Trump has been in trouble in terms of his life being at risk for several years. At some point, it may catch up with him, it may not. But if it were, man, this you're talking about Mars and Neptune combining, clashing. People they couldn't find their ass with two hands. There'll be so much confusion. So this is the perfect time for you to watch and wait, watch and wait, watch and wait, watch and wait. And I mean actively, not just sit back there and do nothing. I mean actively. So let's go to the cards. All the way to the left, we have the Hermit. Hermit's basically saying watch and wait, watch and wait. Hermit is solitude, it's introspection. It's seeking understanding. Very, very, very important, because the energies right now are so vaporous and yet powerful. That's a tough combination. Next card is the Three of Pentacles. One of the things that you do while you're watching and waiting is reevaluate what is important to you. We've been sold materialism. And it's amazing. People are slowly beginning to understand that things don't make you happy, content, joyful, peaceful. None of that. In fact, just the opposite. The more you have, the more in debt you are. The more you have, the more you have to take care of. The more you have, the more you're imprisoned by your own shit. I mean, it's just anything that you own owns you. And man, do they have you by the short hairs. Take, for example, cars. They're moving us to a place where we will not be able to afford cars. Remember, they said you're going to have nothing and you're going to like it. 15-minute cities. Yeah. Cars are getting hugely expensive. Nobody can afford them. They're pushing the EV stuff when there are viable alternatives. But they want the EV stuff. They want the electric stuff. So all they have to do is flip a switch on a computer, and an algorithm will shut down every car. You can't go anywhere. It's a paperweight. Your car isn't worth a shit anymore. Just sitting there. You can't use it, can't go up the windows, can't move anything. They're squeezing and squeezing and squeezing, and people up to this point have been just too damn stupid, lazy, ignorant to pay attention what the hell's happening with them. And you're seeing all kinds of stories where people are dropping dead of blood clots. Oh, wonder where that came from. And of course, there's more information. There's the bird flu and all that stuff. Bird flu in the United States, not happening around the rest of the world. And I understand from a medical expert in virology, this thing could be easily taken care of in 24 hours. There's some sort of I don't know if it's a drug, I don't know if it's a mineral, I forgot the name because he kind of slid over it. That would wipe out the whole thing. Not kill the birds, just end the flu. They don't want that. They want you driving electric cars. They want you vulnerable. They want you in debt. This is all coming. It's all coming. And that's Neptune and Aries as well. They're putting the pressure on you, but the Neptune part is they're not showing their hand. It's a fog. Oh, speaking of fog, what are they doing up in the air with the skies? So right now, watching and waiting, that's your job, but to do it actively. You have to find out what's important to you, why it's important to you, not because they tell you. Screw them. Why is it important to you? Why is it important to your life? Next card over is my favorite card in the whole tarot deck, and that is, of course, the Fool. Talks about new beginnings. Talks about spontaneity, a free spirit, change. And yes, there is a kind of innocence or naivete to this person, but I prefer to see it as faith, because if you're going to have faith, There's just an element of naivete, right? It'll turn out. It'll turn out. I trust that it will turn out. Don't know how. But you see here in the picture, and this is in reverse, so this is what you're thinking of doing. You're thinking of stepping out in faith. You notice all he has is a knapsack and his dog. That's it. Traveling light. Remember, whatever you own owns you. Final card, Four of Pentacles. Pentacles, stability, solidness, your value system. The Four of Pentacles says, man, whatever else that you do while you're watching and waiting, get your value system straight. Because right now, we don't have any value system. It's just money, because that's the way we've been conditioned. Money, 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 money. Reminds me of that football player from Cleveland who said, well, I'm not going to, I don't want to stay here. They're losers. I want to go to a team who's going to win. I want to get the top trophy. I want a Super Bowl. Money doesn't matter. Until they paid him more than any other single player in football, and all of a sudden he's back in the fold. He's a liar. I would never trust that man ever. Ever. If I ever shook hands with him, I'd count my fingers. He's a liar. He has no backbone, no principle. This is where you are. Watching and waiting. Poised. It is a journey. It's not just staying off on the side and just let it pass by. We're not doing that at all. Only in my pain did I find my will. Only in my chaos did I learn to be still. Only in my fear did I find my might. Only in my darkness did I see my light. That's where you are right now. What are you going to do with the opportunity? This is huge. It's also very perplexing, and that's why you really need to focus on your values. Watching and waiting. Something better in the way. But right now, this is just observing. That's the most important thing you can do. That's the reading for today. Back again tomorrow with another Tao Manifested reading. Please like, subscribe, and share. It's very important because you want to talk about a game. Internet right now is a game. They're holding back on numbers. Anybody who's popular who isn't giving out the message they want, they're playing with their numbers. They can't. It's all electronic. Wait till you see what they can do with your cars when everybody's electric. In any event, like, subscribe, and share. Between now and the next time you and I do some tarot together, please, peace and blessings.